Hello, you're watching Rock Alarm TV. We are in Berlin at the Unholy Alliance tour with Slayer, Amon Amarth, Trivium and Mastodon. And with me is Johan from Amon Amarth. You already had big shows with 6 Feet Under, with Morbid Angel, and you had very successful chart entries. And now with the new album, you entered the German top 10 in the album charts, and you're on tour with Slayer. How does it feel?
It feels fucking great. I mean, first of all, to reach a top 10, like with the music that we play in any country, I guess is just really difficult. But it just goes to show that we have a wide range of fans out there, and that they really support us, and we're really grateful for that. So, and then going on tour with Slayer, obviously, has been a dream for the band since like we started out, more or less. And so it feels great to be here finally, and it's been a great tour so far. We've had great shows and good response everywhere we went. So it's been a good run.
Death in! Death in! Death in fire!
As far as the album goes, we knew we had a good album, and the previous album already entered the German charts on 21, so we were hoping that this album would do better, but I guess none of us expected it to go number 6, but it's cool that it did.
How does it feel to be on tour with Slayer? I mean, do you feel like that little metalhead 20 years ago?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, to be able to watch Slayer every night, more or less, it's something you could only dream of, and they are definitely a big inspiration and influence to our band. So it's sort of a dream come true, really.
You consider yourself a death metal band. You are a death metal band from the musical point of view, I think. But what about the lyrics? I think you could be considered as a Viking metal band. So you refer to Northern mythology.
Yeah.
And have you ever thought of involving folky parts in your music, or even stuff like keyboards or stuff like this?
No.
No, you never did. So it was nothing you ever thought of. You now use a cello part on the new album?
The cello part was something else. It's an idea that we've had for a very long time, but we never were able to realize, really. And now we had the perfect song for it, and we had the perfect idea for it. So we decided to ask Apocalyptica if they were willing to write their part for it, and they did, and they did a great job. So, but when it comes to keyboards or stuff like that, it's not really our thing. When it comes to like writing the music and everything, we are very much a guitar-oriented band. Let's face it, it's death metal with a lot of heavy metal influences, that's what it is. And besides, for me, Viking metal is like bands like Enslaved and Einherjar and Barknager, like bands with a bit more black metal music attitude than we have, but I don't really care. We're going to try to get into some new markets, like South America, and hopefully also like Japan and stuff like that. We'll see. We're working on it. There's nothing settled yet, but yeah, we want to go everywhere and play with this album, and hopefully we'll be able to.
So what about those special Bloodshed over Bochum shows? You play 4 gigs in Bochum in December. Can you tell us something about it?
Well, the idea was originally to do a small club show with a set list taken from those 4 albums, but because of time issues and also financial issues, that wasn't really possible. So we came up with the idea to do like 4 special shows and play the albums in their entirety for the fans, so that they can get to hear all those songs that they always want to hear, because when you have 7 albums and you're trying to put together a set list, even though we always try to play like 90 minutes, it's still going to be a lot of songs there that people don't get to hear, that they love from the early stuff especially. And this is a chance for us to give that to them in a special way. But it's also like an idea to make a big party thing. You know, Germany has always been a good country for us. It's probably the first country where we sort of came out as a bigger band and started like being able to play in bigger shows and all that stuff. And so that's one reason. Also, it was a matter of finding the right venue and having the right connections. We have a lot of connections here in Germany, and Bochum, the Zeche, is a perfect venue for the event. It's positioned good in Europe. It's easy for people from everywhere to get to. So, and there are people coming from all over the world for this. I mean, even from Australia. So,
that's fucking great.
Yeah. So it's a good place to keep it as far as like logistics go, I guess. We always try to do special shows when we do festivals these days. I mean, whether it's going to be like Viking shows or something else. The only thing that we really planned so far, though, is probably Wacken, where we're going to do like the Viking ship and all that stuff. So that's going to be like a special Viking show. And then we'll see what happens on Summer Breeze and the other festivals. But we're going to try to come up with something cool for each and every one of them.
What will come in the future? When you toured for 2 years, do you think you're going to have a break, or will you still battle on?
Well, we said we're going to take a break after the touring season. We haven't had a break for 5 years or something, you know, even longer actually. So we've been living very close to each other for a very long time, and it's just sometimes you just need to, you know, take some time off, I guess. Like any job, really, you know. So it's we've said that we're going to do this touring stretch, and then we're going to look at. You know, maybe taking half a year or maybe a year off or something to recharge the batteries and, you know, start writing new material after that. Check out the new album, and we'll see you down the road.